The Somers Tuskers come into this matchup at 6-2 on the season, coming off a big win against John Jay at a score of 18-4 as they take on Greeley, who comes into this matchup at 8-1, coming off their first loss of the season. Coming off their first loss of the season, where they lost to Rye 14-13. Both of these teams took on each other in the playoffs 1 year ago, where Greeley did win at 12-6. And one word to describe Somers tonight is revenge. They want to beat this team as this team that eliminated them just a year ago, and it's gonna be a tough challenge for Tuskers today, as this Greeley team playing even better than they did a year ago. Currently 8-1 on the season. Yes, they're coming off a first loss of the year against Rye, and they're still a phenomenal team. Two top teams around here in boys varsity lacrosse, and Tuskers, no matter what the result is, these teams may very well be meeting each other again, and this is a big game as Tuskers need to also take this one to stay alive and get a good seed in the playoffs this year. But I'm Benny Silk. I'm here with Jayden Ferry and Jayden. What do you see happening today?
Oh, man, that's a hard thing to say. I think it's definitely going to be a really close and tough competition for both teams. I think Somers is going to be just ever so slightly beating the Quakers here today.
Yeah, definitely. And as we get started, let's just go over a few players for Somers to keep an eye out for. So first off, we have Miguel Iglesias, number 7 for the Tuskers. He's going to college for Notre Dame. To play lacrosse. We have Matt Mayfield. We have Tristan Iglesias, his younger brother. As we're off for the face-off, Tuskers starting off in their first time, at least for home, that they have worn these cool new jerseys as we are off the face-off. As with it now is Tremendez, who goes back to Kelly. Finds a Brush now with it. Brush, first time he has been in for the Tuskers, at least at home for a while after that injury, as passing it around, at least for the games we have done, as Iglesias has it. Iglesias goes around, goes up, and it's gonna go in! Tuskers are gonna get it in early, 1-0 lead, as it's gonna be Miguel Iglesias, and the Tuskers start off early in this one. How about that? Let's just take a look at this again. A great goal by Miguel Iglesias. How about Miguel Iglesias, as now we head back into the middle for the face-off. A great start for the Tuskers, up 1-0 as we're back. Take it now as Mayfield wins the face-off. Moving, Mayfield finds Violante, goes up, and it's going to be Greeley's defense who is going to show up there. So now with it for Greeley's defense. 7 throws it out to 1. Movement around the field. Finds 10. Movement, cradling it, that's 99. Ball bounces, goes back up, as now with it is number 26, and has its movement around back to 15. 15 now with it. Cradling blocked by number 15. Cradling it. Movement for 15. Goes up, and it's gonna go off to the left. A close one there that winds up not going in, and with that, it was a shot for the goal, and because of that, Greeley was closer, and they're gonna retain possession. So now Greeley with it, number 21. 21 now, movement around, going back, guarded by, that's 18, and Newman goes back, finds 5, and that's gonna go in, and it's gonna be a goal for Greeley. That is gonna be number 2 of Jake Gashi.
Yeah, what a defense there played by Somers, holding it tight. Fortunately, he got around them, but yeah, Somers is really pushing him back. Again, these new uniforms look great.
Yeah, and this is the first game, at least this year, for the Tuskers wearing these uniforms, the premiere, and Jake Gashi the assist of Matthew Bird, and now we're going to be all knotted up at 1 early in this one as Greeley is able to tie Iglesias' early goal as we're back in the middle for the faceoff. Taking it now is Mayfield. Walling goes back out to Iglesias, goes up, and it's going to go off to the right. Right there, what we saw, a fast movement offense to get down to the goal for the Tuskers. Fortunately, they had it set up, but Iglesias wasn't able to get in. But Somers retains possession as they were closer as they shot for the goal, as it's Tremendez. Finds Violante. Violante back to Tremendez, rolling around. Here goes Tremendez going up, and it's going to go off to the right, not going in. Dylan Tremendez on the shot there. Somers being closer, they're going to able to retain possession as it goes back out to Tremendez. Violante to Tremendez. Playing, has been in a lot more from the beginning of the season after coming back from a injury. Did not play as much due to that injury earlier this season, as Tremendez now with it. Back out to Brush, and it's gonna go in! Ryan Brush gets the goal for the Tuskers. Ryan Brush makes it a 2-1 lead now. Less than 3 minutes into this one, the Tuskers get their second goal against the Greeley squad, and Ryan Brush gets it in.
Wow. What a scoring game already. 2 minutes, 24 seconds in. And, yeah, Somers is just aggressively getting in there. Here we go again for the face-off.
So,
A drop, loose ball, but looks like the Quakers are going to get it. Oh, a high pass is going to be missed. It's going to go right out of bounds. Quakers going to get it now.
Quakers being closer after the shot.
Some substitutions are ready by the teams. Somers' goalie now has it.
Kennedy finds Mendez. There goes Mendez, cradling it now. Mendez moving around. Guarded by 23 and 11. Back out to now circling around the goal. Circle formation there. It's Violante now with it. Violante, guarded by 6. Finds Kelly, too high there.
Yeah, what a great passer. He tried to recover as he tripped. You know, luckily Somers caught it, but a far attempt did not work out.
So now back out with it. It's Quash finds Mendez. Now back to Kelly, running back for varsity football this regular season. Finds Tristan Iglesias. Back to Hernandez. Going around. Dylan Hernandez. As it goes up, and a great stop by Greeley's goalie there, not allowing it to go in, and Greeley is going to take over. Big pass across the field as Greeley, they may be calling it, no, they did not call it Somers' ball, as he is ruled inbounds. Back to number 15 now. 15 finds 25, back to 15, finds 16.
Yeah, both teams are super aggressive right now. Just trying to get as many points as possible as soon as possible. Here we go, 16. Passes over to no one. It's gonna go out of bounds. And Somers is gonna scoop it right up.
So with it now, it's
Hudson
gonna be
Ruby, the current goalie.
So now out to Russell. Ball goes out of bounds. That's going to make it Greeley's ball as Somers touched it last. So Greeley is going to throw it back in now. 16. It finds number 16. We'll go today as it goes up almost, but it bounces off and up. And with that, Tuskers being closer after attempting to score that goal. Greeley was closer there. So Greeley's going to retain possession. 4 with it. Guarded by that Dean Palazzolo as it goes back out. Loose ball there. That was not a shot. It looks like they're going to rule it Greeley's ball. So Greeley now with it.
Both teams. Oh, Somers scoops it right up.
How about the Tuskers? Brett Kennedy with that, scooping it up, as now they bring it down the field with Penzo with it. Penzo back out. finds, that's Miguel Iglesias. Miguel Iglesias now taking his time, finds Kelly. Now here goes Mason Kelly. Goes back out. Finds Violante. Back to Tristan Iglesias. Has been phenomenal. Has scored many goals this season as Tristan Iglesias goes back out to Kelly.
Some stick checking there by the defender for for Horace Greeley.
Kelly goes up. A great block by Horace Greeley's goalie. That is going to be number 3 of Luke Caplow with the block. Great block there.
And both teams, they're super aggressive. And a check, stick check right there, goes right out of Horace Greeley's hands.
As Iglesias is going to take it now back for the Tuskers. Movement for Iglesias, cradling it. Goes back to his brother Tristan Iglesias. Cradling it around as they're going to start off. 6:15 to remain in the quarter. Cradling it is Iglesias. Movement around. Maybe try to get back now. Back to the circle formation. Play where you need to try to trick Greeley, get it when they will least expect it. As Miguel Iglesias out back, guarded by 8. Taking it now. Still on his back. That may be a penalty. Doesn't look like they call it. And Miguel Iglesias gets his 2nd goal of the day. That's number 7, Miguel Iglesias. Just take a look at this again. Working to get the position and get it in there as the Tuskers, with that, take a 3-1 lead against a team where they lost to in the playoffs a year ago. And let's just take a look at the past matchups when both these teams have played. So we have Somers and Greeley. They lost to Greeley 12-6 in the playoffs. But then they took on each other in the regular season. Somers won that one 15-6 back last year in the regular season. 2 years ago, Greeley won that one 8-6. As we're back out there now. With it is Battaglia back out to Hernandez. Hernandez finds Violante, who goes back out to Hernandez. Now, Hernandez trying to find an open man. Tries to go for it now. Can't find the opening as Hernandez bring it out to the back of the goal into the X. Finds Kelly. Back out to Battaglia. Cradling it. Movement for Battaglia. Back out to Hernandez. Mendez with it now. Mendez rolling. It goes up. And it bounces off. That was the goal. The goalie was able to make that bounce there and not allow that to go in.
Some aggressive defense here by Horace Greeley. They're really holding them off, even getting 2 to 3 defenders on each person each time they have possession.
So Tuskers now with it. It's Violante goes up, and that's going to be another one for the Tuskers. Camlin Violante didn't play that much at the beginning of the season after coming back from an injury, and in these last bunch of games he's playing more and more, getting many goals, and he's going to get another one here for the Tuskers. The Tuskers now take a 4-1 lead, and Tuskers are doing great currently. So we're back now in the middle for the face-off. As we got Mayfield out there, we got one out there for Greeley. Loose ball there. Now still loose on the ground, picked up by Greeley, number 15. So Greeley now with it. So now with it is going to be the Tuskers. So now Mendez. Mendez back out to Bush. Bush to Kelly. Movement for Kelly now. As Kelly finds Iglesias, loose ball there. But Iglesias able to pick it up, loses it, but able to get it back. A great rebound from Iglesias. And yeah, that has to do with something that we're going to talk about later in the broadcast. I've talked about with Coach Hirsch before, that if you mess up, you don't want to think about it. You just go and try to do the best you can. And after he messed up, he was able to continue doing the best he can and goes to pick it up. And the Tuskers after that are able to retain possession. A great play there by Iglesias as he saves it there for the Tuskers. As now with it, tries to get it in. It's going to be taken back by Greeley. That was number 1 of 21 of Tristan Iglesias, who is number 1 in football, fun fact, as it's going to be taken back by Kelly. Back to Hernandez. Hernandez now with it. Hernandez still with it as it's movement around. Another player to look out for the Tuskers. In addition, got to look out for Dean Palazzolo and Logan Ruby, Mason Kelly, and Tristan Iglesias as it goes in. Another one for the Tuskers. Who got that one? Hard to tell, but a great goal there by the Tuskers as Miguel Iglesias with his 3rd goal. Unbelievable day for him. With Kelly, his running back in football, Iglesias as quarterback, Kelly as running back. Kelly goes there for the assist, and yeah, Miguel Iglesias, 3rd goal of the day. There's a reason why this kid is going to Notre Dame to play this sport. One of the best schools in lacrosse as well. But yeah, let's go over what players are key for the Tuskers in this matchup. So it will be a full team effort tonight for them to be successful. That's what Coach Hirsch told me. And a few star players to look out for on Greeley. We got number 21, a very talented offensive player. That is Matthew Grin. Yeah, so the key to success for this game for the Tuskers. Let's take a look at that. So ground balls, gliding and clearing, and turnover differentials are big things. So when there's a loose ball, clearing and turnovers. So not as many turnovers, or Tuskers being able to turn it over. But Jayden, we want to give your opinion on how this game, what are your thoughts about this game so far?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely just overall high adrenaline. Somers is really holding it. They want to win this. Looks like some players are starting to come out of timeout. Give us 1 second.
You win. All right, and welcome back as the Tuskers at the start of this first quarter have really started showing up. So Tuskers went up 1-0 with Iglesias goal. Greeley tied them up, but since then it's been all Tuskers scoring 4 unanswered goals. And let's see what they're going to be able to do here. That's Mayfield back in the middle with number 1 of Greeley for the face-off as Mayfield has it. Finds Miguel Iglesias, goes up, and it's going to go in. That's another one, 4th one of the day for Miguel Iglesias. So Mayfield found Iglesias, took it right down, and it goes in for the Tuskers. So 6-1 now is the score, and yeah, Tuskers, this is Miguel Iglesias gets it in, and this is how they're playing today. This is maybe one of the best jobs they've done all season. This is the toughest team in this section, one of the toughest teams, and we are so far dominating this one. I think this team has potential. They may possibly make a playoff run. We may be looking at multiple sports as state champions this year. How well this squad is currently playing. But now with it is Tristan Iglesias. Movement around. Tristan in the back. Fake pass now finds Kelly. Great fake pass to pick up the Greeley defense there, who finds Hernandez. Hernandez back to Violante. Violante finds Iglesias to Kelly. That's Tristan Iglesias. Now Mason Kelly with it. See his running back skills as it goes. And it goes off to the right as it goes on out. So now taking it is going to be Greeley as they are giving the ball. So now loose ball there, picked up by number 15, who takes it now. Tripped up there in the middle is Will Marcus, who is able to help grab it, but they're going to woo it. Greeley's ball. Will Marcus, number 23, a senior at Somers High School, as we're back out in the middle. Now back with it. Loose ball there. Another loose ball. This is big where Somers needs to show up as Kelly grabs it, finds Tristan Iglesias, and it goes in! Now his brother has scored 4 goals today. Now the younger brothers turn. It's the younger brothers' turn as Tristan Iglesias is gonna get in. Tuskers take a 7-0 lead. A great play by Tristan Iglesias to get it in. And he has.
Yeah, so I mean, that was just fantastic there. A little mess up actually worked out really well for them. Just got in with no defenders around.
Back in the middle for the face-off now. Gonna be looks to be called back. As I don't know. Yeah, the ref signals for them to go. So Mayfield has it. Cradling it is Matt Mayfield, taking it now down the field. So guarded by number 24 for Greeley. Mayfield takes it back out, finds Miguel Iglesias. Miguel Iglesias with it, goes back, and that is gonna roll out. So rolls out of bounds, and with that, Greeley, as Somer's last touch it, Greeley is gonna take over. So Greeley throws it on, back out, big pass across the field. Little whisk there, but it's gonna be taken by number 8 as another big pass, and that's gonna roll out of bounds. Little whisk there again, and that this time does not work out for Greeley as Somers is gonna take over as Greeley obviously touched it last there. So now with it, cradling it is Kennedy. That's Brett Kennedy. He star on defense for the Tuskers. Multiple great interceptions. Some helped seal it for the Tuskers, or helped big in the Tuskers the varsity football playoffs this past season. As now with it is Kelly. Goes back out to Battaglia. Alright, so now movement for Hernandez. Back out to Palace. That's Violante. Finds Tristan Iglesias. Tristan Iglesias going around. Goes up, and it's going to go off to the right.
Wow. Some defense just so aggressive by Horace Greeley here. You know, he kept smacking him, stick checking him.
So now back out is going to be Violante. And Violante tries to do a low pass, but it's going to be picked up by Battaglia as it goes up. Another one for the Tuskers. It's just the first quarter. They have put up 8 points against this Horace Greeley squad. And this Tuskers team has been playing phenomenal against a team just last year as well that they lost to in overtime, a top team they played. They took on Pleasantville. Yeah, that was Matt Battaglia, and that got the goal there. But yeah, they took on Pleasantville just their last home game, and a team that they struggled and lost to in overtime. And it's one of the top teams in the second. They dismantled, winning it 23-4. Most points this season also by the Tuskers, as now with it, that's Brandon Lyle. Goes back.
Hudson Ruby now is goalie way far out.
Moving around, that is Mayfield. Loses it, but picked up by Logan Ruby, going to Springfield College to play lacrosse next year. Finds Dean Palazzolo. Dean Palazzolo with it. Using his skills from football, he has already gotten an offer from Air Force to play football there next year. And probably will get multiple other offers as well as the talented player. As with it now is Violante. Tripped up movement, tripped up there, loose ball, flag comes out as Wheelie picks it up, but we'll see what the call is going to be here. And while we have a moment, what are some things the Tuskers are expected to see from Wheelie, Coach Hirsch, and the Tuskers? So being very aggressive on both offense and defense is one thing they expect to see from Wheelie.
All right, here we go. We're going to go right back in here. I guess in a moment. Okay, so we have, I believe, number 11 on Horace Greeley in penalty. Okay, and that's going to be the quarter there.
So the score is going to be 8-1. Tuskers lead at the end of the first. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break. Watch the Soma Sports Broadcast, where we break down the world of sports.
Back, he throws. There's 2 defenders on the tight end.
Interview guests.
We're here with Coach Packard, who will be interviewing today.
Predict upcoming sport games.
To win it 26-23, the Chargers win.
Debate sports.
Who is the best NFL team of all time?
The Cowboys have won 5 Super Bowl titles.
The Patriots, one of the best teams.
Discuss our opinions on the latest in the world of sports.
Alex Bowman. I think he could make it far. He's been impressive.
And much more.
A fumble. This could be game.
I'm with
Nicky Duffy.
Team Palzall.
I would definitely say DP. Dean Palzolo. He definitely had a great game.
Just a hell, man. Will he get it? Bounces off the Bears defenders. Touchdown.
When I first joined last year, you wanted me long distance, but then you threw it.
And I think by now we've really proved that we are the most dominant team in Section 1.
It's going to be a pick. Picked off by Miguel Iglesias, and he's going back.
Watch our weekly talk show episodes of the Soma Sports Broadcast. You could find them on YouTube and Spotify. Back as coming into the second quarter, the Tuskers have started off phenomenal. It was they started off 1-0. They really tied it at 1, and Tuskers since then just been domination by them. 7 unanswered points. And Jayden, I want to know, what did the team focus on in practice there for this matchup?
So they've just been practicing loose balls a lot, and just trying to recover them, which you can see definitely worked out on that one goal there, and then also trying to ride and clear the area, and then just taking good care of the ball so there's no slip-ups.
So now back out there as it's gonna be starting with it. Out there for a face-off. They're gonna start with it. It's gonna be Brush of the Tuskers as with it now. Finds Violante. Back to Kelly. Movement around, cradling it. Back to Iglesias. Finds Kelly. Back to Brush. And the goalie is gonna be taken back by Greeley. Guard heavily by Violante there. A big pass all the way down the field, and it's gonna not be caught. Bowling does 26 get it. Are they gonna count that for a shot of the goal? It looks like they do, as it's gonna be Greeley who's able to retain possession. So now 21 with it, back out to 16. Movement now for the Quakers. Greeley takes it. 16, back out. Flag now out as it goes to 15. Loose ball there, taken back by the Tuskers. The flag is gonna come out, and we'll see what this is gonna be. So while we wait, so far, yeah, the Tuskers have just been able to execute their plan. And
So Benny, what advice do you think the coach has given to the players for this motivation? Because they're clearly hyped up here today.
So yeah, ask Coach Horace this exact question. What he said was they focus. What he tells them is focus on one play at a time and just staying present in what they're doing. Yes, and that is one example of Iglesias earlier, as he lost the ball, but he focused on getting it back right afterwards to execute, and eventually he's gotten multiple goals since then. Having a great game today, as now with it goes up. Now goes over the goal, and going to be taken back by 21 as it goes back, and it goes off to the right there, pulls out of bounds, and it's going to be Greeley who picks it back up. Whistle blowed, what the call is here. Looks like that doesn't affect the game as it goes up. Greeley tries to get it, goes off, and as it was the shot, Greeley's closer as it was a shot for the goal, and they're going to be able to retain possession. So now Greeley takes it. That's number 2. Goes back, loses it, passes to 4, loses it, and picks it back up. Picks it back up now as 4, back out to 16. Back out to 4. Great grab there by number 4 as it goes up, and it's going to be Hudson Wooby who shows up on the Tuskers defense, not allowing it to go in as the Tuskers take on over, as Kennedy goes back out. Kennedy back out to Miguel Iglesias. Now, Miguel Iglesias finds That is number 55, a Karen Pico, and a timeout is gonna be called. And yeah, that. Jayden, did you catch what team called that timeout?
I mean, it looks like it's going to be Somers here taking that timeout. Your score, Somers leading 8-1 against Greeley, which was originally a fair matchup. It looks like Somers is really leading here. And if they continue this momentum, they can definitely lock in a win.
And as we continue, let's talk a little bit about Coach Hirsch's coaching history. So Coach Hirsch started his coaching career as an assistant coach back in Hampton Sydney College back in 2008. And then Lunchburg University for 2 years afterwards, from 2009 and 2010. And he served as an assistant coach at Henhut, his alma mater, after that for 12 years from 2011 to 2023. And then he got the head coach gig here at Somers for the last 2 seasons. And happy you had a great job there, coaching an amazing team that has been giving a great effort throughout this season. And yeah, just a great job a great season by coaching by him and the Tuskers. And yeah, so
players are coming out of timeout. Once again, we're here at Tony DiMatteo Field, Turf 1, Somers High School.
Yeah, Tony DiMatteo, if you're wondering who that is, he was the head coach of the Somers Tuskers, led them to the 2016 championship, and was the coach for the Tuskers before retiring back in 2020. That's head coach for varsity football. To make that clear, head coach of varsity football. He retired back in 2020, and his son Anthony DiMatteo took over as the coach and is the current coach for the Somers Tuskers. As taking it now is Kelly. Number 11 goes back out. Back out now with it is Hernandez. So Hernandez taking it. No Tuskers back there with him as he takes it around. Goes up, and it's going to go off to the left. Not going in. And with that, it will be shot. But Tuskers are moved closer as it was a shot for the goal. As going around now, Tristan Iglesias goes up. Easy goal there for him. Tristan Iglesias just ran up. No one in the way from that angle. It goes right in for Tristan Iglesias. Second goal of the day for him. As it's another goal. I believe that's a 6th goal today, scored by someone with the last name of Iglesias. As the Iglesias brothers have been a big part of today's games for the Tuskers. And Jayden, are there any players that... What players have stood out to you so far in this game?
I think just the Iglesias brothers, and Brett Kennedy on Somers definitely leading the pack here.
As Mayfield cradling it around. Runs the route around the field as there goes Mayfield. Now back with it, goes out. Out now with it is number 8. Back out to Iglesias. That's number 9 of Logan Ruby, who finds Miguel Iglesias. Kelly comes back out. Iglesias now taking his time as he's going to bring it around. 4 goals already for Miguel Iglesias today. The Notre Dame commit as he is cradling it around. Goes back out to Kelly. Kelly with it now. Back out to, that's 16, Tremendez. Back out to Kelly. Now Kelly with it.
Yeah, so they're just passing back and forth. Looks like they're trying to run the clock a little bit. Iglesias going in. Heavily guarded by 2 defenders.
Back to Kelly, and it goes in! Mason Kelly gets it. Now a 10-1 lead. Tusker is rocking and rolling here. That's Mason Kelly's first of the day as it goes in now. And it's a 9-point lead, and the hole is getting bigger and bigger for Greeley.
Yeah, so you were really talking about who's the better player, who stands out. I really think it's a team effort here, especially with that passing game, trying to confuse Greeley. I mean, now you can see the score definitely works out.
Yeah, definitely. I've mentioned this before. When it comes down to it, yes, there are players that always stick out, but it always comes down to team effort. As now Tristan Iglesias with it goes up, another quick goal. Tristan Iglesias gets his 3rd goal of the day. Now 11-1 as the Tuskers continue with their wow on this one. They've scored 10 unanswered against a squad that they lost to just a year ago in the playoffs. So Tristan Iglesias gets it in again. Tristan Iglesias, 3rd goal of the day, 7th by an Iglesias brother. But yeah, when it comes down to it, it's a team effort, and we saw it there again by.
Yeah, and Somers just rapid fire getting these goals like it's a factory.
That's something we saw there again by the Tuskers. That's going to be picked up by Greeley, but flag comes out as now looks like got multiple subs in and out for the Tuskers as Bush heads in and Mendez heads in, and
Yeah,
Ruby and Mayfield.
Complete change of players here for Somers. Change it up, maybe get some extra players here in this game, even though it's pretty early. Now, also, Somers' team, it's a pretty huge team, especially in comparison to Greeley. They just have so many players from freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior.
Now we're back, head back, and as the teams get back, yeah, it's a big reason why, the Tuskers are leading so much. They've been working very well together throughout this one, and we'll see what they're able to come up with here. So back with it now, it's Kelly. Back out to Iglesias. Back out to Kelly. Finds Bush. Movement around now. Back to Mayfield. Goes back to Bush. Back to Kelly. Back to Bush now. Back to Violante.
Yeah, wow, what a passing game here.
Great passes around as circle formation around. Trying to get it when Greeley thinks it's going to be least likely they'll get it there.
So it's a circle technique. However, they're staying in front of the goal. I guess that's to maintain dominance here for the team.
Yeah, definitely. As also staying in front, they'll be able to shot from where that they can get. But now it goes up. Defense saw that coming. And what these teams do is they do watch each other's. They do look at films, so they do have an idea of what to expect from the Tuskers. But Tuskers also look at Greeley's film, and they game plan based on the team they're playing. So
here we go. We're back out. We have 7 minutes, 30 seconds left of the first half.
So now Iglesias finds up for the Tuskers a block. Shooting that for the Tuskers was Violante, but Greeley able to get back. It goes in for the Tuskers as they're able to grab it back. Who got that? That went very fast there as the Tuskers get their 12th goal of the day. Another one for the Tuskers, as that was just a great play there. Passes it after getting it loose. Ryan Brush is able to grab it. Yes, Ryan Brush with the goal there and put it right on in there for the goal. Now a 11-point lead, and folks, one more point. We're already up to the point where the clock starts running in this one. We're not even at halftime yet. So the game may be over a bit sooner than later, as it's now a 12-1 lead. We're back in the middle for the face-off with Mayfield. And a number 1 for Greeley of line out there. Loose ball there, picked up by Hernandez. Hernandez now with it, taking it back to the Tuskers. Back out. Now picking it up is Violante. Violante back out to Tristan Iglesias. Movement around for Tristan Iglesias. Finds his brother Miguel Iglesias. Brothers connecting there as he's taking it around. Miguel Iglesias going out wide. Finds Kelly. Doesn't have the angle there as it goes off to the right after the shot. Who did they call closer? They're going to call the Tuskers closer to it as Violante is going to take it over. Here goes Violante. Back out to, that is, I believe, number 30 out. Number 13 of Russell. Goes back around. Finds Kelly. Now Kelly with it. Great. Tuskers are working great to get the ball from player to player here, but the ball's out of bounds there as with that it goes out of bounds. I think, yeah, they do count it as a shot for the goal, so Tuskers are going to be able to retain possession as now Wessel with it. Back out to Jimenez. Jimenez now with it, taking it around. Guarded by Trinity, loses it, but picks it back up. A save. What a great save there by Jimenez as now Iglesias with it. Iglesias lost ball there, picked up another save there. This time Kelly able to pick it up, loses again. Is he going to be able to grab it? Saves it again there. Multiple balls that the Tuskers lost, and they were able to rebound and pick it up there. But Coach Hirsch must have seen something that he didn't like there. Tuskers called timeout. And yeah, so the Tuskers currently up by 11. One more point. The clock starts running.
So, Benny, what did Coach Hirsch say when you asked him what advice do you give, or have you given the players for motivation?
Yeah, so he said every game is a great opportunity to learn and to put our program on display for the community. This is a great opportunity against a very strong opponent that state has great recognition in Greeley. Of course, Greeley, the team that they lost to in the playoffs and has been known for lacrosse the last few seasons, only having 2 losses the year before last as well. And yeah, but let's just take a look at the D1 commits for college again. So we got Miguel Iglesias, who will be going to Notre Dame next year to play lacrosse. We got Logan Ruby going to Springfield to play lacrosse. We got Mason Kelly going to Brown University to play lacrosse. We also have Tristan Wachtell, who's going to Emerson College to play lacrosse. I looked at both Springfield and Emerson, as you may not be as familiar with those schools. They're nice campuses as well, and they will be playing all 4 of them. That is where they'll be playing lacrosse next year in those 4 colleges. As we're now back out, Kelly with it. Back out, finds Iglesias. It goes back out to Wessel. Wessel back out to Violante, goes up, goes in! Tristan Iglesias, 4th of the day. Another one for Tristan Iglesias. I think now he is tied with Miguel Iglesias for 4 goals today as Tristan Iglesias gets it in. Now a 13-1 lead, and with a 12-point lead now. I believe the clock starts running. But coming into this matchup, Greeley coming off their first loss of the season. They're currently 8-1, coming off their first loss of the season to Rye. But that game came down right to the end against Rye, 14-13. Rye took that one. But in this one, the Tuskers have been dominating from beginning to end. So it has been a big advantage for the Tuskers. And it's going to be the roughest loss by far for Greeley this year. As now with it, if they're able, of course, if they don't come back. But they're on pace to have their roughest loss. As Kelly goes up, and it goes out to the left.
Yeah, a shot attempted to be kind of like a sidearm attack there. Unfortunately, did not make it towards the goal. Again, Somers just leading 13-1. Slip up is going to give Greeley the ball now. About 5 minutes remaining in the quarter.
Goalie throws it out for Greeley. Finds number 2. Ruben for Greeley now, who goes to number 21. 21 with it now. Cradling it around. Taking it to the back. As there goes Greeley. Guarded by Brett Kennedy for the Tuskers, as Greeley taking it number 21. Goes back. Going around, guarded by Palazzolo there in the front. 4 back out. Goes now 15 with it. Passing around as it's now with it. Number 21 tries to go for the goal. Tuskers defense. Hudson will be able to show up there, but they're able to retain possession. Now back to number 2 with it. Goes back, finds 26, not able to do the hat trick to get it in the underhand pass, and it's going to roll out of bounds. Somers will take over now as Brett Kennedy is going to throw it out. Brett Kennedy finds Hudson Ruby now. Hudson Ruby back out now. With it is Palazzolo using his football skills there as Swolling taken back. Now Tuskers take it on back. Movement now for Palazzolo. For Greeley as Greeley gets it in. Greeley with the goal. That's number 2, his second goal of the day. So Greeley able to take it back there. After that long one, Palazzolo, somehow Greeley winds up with it. And number 2 able to run it back down of Jake Gashi, who gets it in. And now Greeley is going to be back on the board as it is now back to an 11-point game.
Yeah, so there was just a slip up and that led to Greeley getting that ball around the midfield point, and they were just able to get around Somers' defense, get it right in. Finally, another point on the board. 3 minutes, 16 seconds remaining for this first half.
So now back in the middle for the face-off. As we got Mayfield and that's Greeley back out there. Be number 8 out there for Greeley for the face-off. Mayfield takes it right down the field. It goes in. Matt Mayfield now gets a goal today as Tuskers make it once again a 12-point game. Matt Mayfield wins the face-off, takes it right down the field to the goal, finds the opening, and it goes right in.
Yeah. Again, Somers is now going rapid fire. Boom, boom, boom. And they're getting it in. 10-second goal right there.
So, yeah, Matt Mayfield with that goal. And got nervous there for a second. But, yeah, it is Mayfield as going to pick it back up now. Mayfield with it there. Finds Mendez. Cradling it. Going around. There goes Mendez. Taking it to the goal. Goes back out. Loses it. They are picked up by Greeley. Now loose ball there. Loose ball. And all there. Oh,
yeah. So slip up. He didn't wait for the ball to fully go into his net. He just tried to rush it there for Somers. Slipped right out, but it's going to be called a flag.
Oh, flag out there. And yes, Tuskers, if you're just getting here, Tuskers have just came into this game from the beginning to play. They have shown they have shown how great of a team they are and how great they've been working together throughout the season, and at their performance really showing up today as they're dominating a team that only has 1 loss on the season against other top teams in their section of Y. And yeah, Y is the section champion in the section. Tuskers also in the section from this completely as well, and from last season. So the fact that the Tuskers are dominating a team that only lost to Y by 1, it's just again impressive performance by the Tuskers today. As 4 has it back out to 21, loose ball. 11 able to go to pick it up.
Sweet recovery before it goes right out of bounds. Real close there.
Back out to 16. Finds 21. 21 back out to 26. Tries to get it. It goes up too high there. With the shot, that was Luke Desi for Greeley, but does not go in.
Just a rush shot there. He tried to turn around too quick. Tried to be faster than Somers, but it did not work out. Another failed attempt here.
Ball rolls out, and with that, it's going to be called Somers' ball, and Lyle is going to throw it back in. So Lyle throws it back, throws that back out to Hudson Ruby. Hudson Ruby in the beginning of the year was in about half the time, or sometimes less, as goalie, but he's really gotten more and more, and now he's playing as goalie basically throughout every game. As now bringing it down the field, Palazzolo up too high there as Iglesias tries to grab it, but it does not go.
Yeah, so that was a super risky maneuver there by Hudson Ruby, stepping out, and it was a loose ball. He was the only person there to try to get it. And then they tried to go across the field as fast as possible without any defenders there.
Big pass down the field, taken back by the Tuskers. That's the Emerson commit. Tristan Rochelle as it goes back out to Iglesias, finds Violante, goes up, and the goalie is going to show up there for Greeley. That is number 3. The goalie there for Greeley to not allow it to go in, as Greeley now taking it back out, 1 out to 16. 16 cradling it. Takes it down now, a flag out on the field. They continue to move it around. Greeley now back there, guarded by Penzo. As it goes up, bounces off, loose ball there. Who will grab it? Flag still currently out. We'll see if they wind up deciding anything there. As 42 seconds left in the half, Greeley back with it. Finds 21. Now 21 with it. Cradling it around now in the back. 25 also back there, guarded by Brett Kennedy. Tuskers goes back. Greeley taking it around as we go down now to 20 seconds. They're going to try to get a shot. As it goes back, and it's going to roll out of bounds. With that, the Tuskers and will be taking over with J.J. Penzo going it in. Clock won't stop as there is currently a 12-point lead, and that will just end it for the half, as the score will be 14-2 as we head into halftime. And we'll be back in 2 seconds for our halftime show. 14-2, Tuskers up by 12.
Real quick, I just wanted to mention that defense was insane. And really a brick wall by Somers really could not get around. We'll be right back.
And welcome back as we head into halftime. And Jayden, what are your thoughts on the first half?
Hold up. Looks like we might not be going to halftime. I believe we have 8 seconds still remaining.
Yeah.
Wow.
8 seconds left, as it looks like they did do the call to stop this. I guess the clock is still not running, so 8 seconds left now, as our halftime show will be coming up in just a moment. So 8.2 seconds left as we're gonna get started back up, as Tuskers currently have a commanding lead. So they're most likely gonna let the clock run out here, but you never know. They may try to do something. They might as well. It's a big gap in the score, so you never know what they may do. But they're just gonna let the clock run out as expected. 22 cradling it as the clock goes to 0, and that will do it for the end of the first half. Tuskers up by 12, as we'll be right back for halftime. So welcome back, as it has been domination from the beginning for the Tuskers. They've just showed up. It's been a amazing team effort and a great job by the team all around. Also, the Iglesias brothers both the Iglesias brothers having a great game. And yeah, Tuskers dominating a team that they lost to in the playoffs a year ago. This just shows how great this team is. And Jayden, what are your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, I mean, it was just, some incredible defense, incredible offense for both teams. Somers League just completely pulled away. And especially with those rapid fire shots, boom, 10 seconds after the face-off, and they get a shot really just recently. It's just an incredible performance here by Somers, and especially to hold off Greeley, a really good team. It's just impressive performance here.
Yeah, most definitely. And Jayden, what is one play that you feel like has stuck out to you in this game?
Man, I mean, that's hard to say. I mean, I guess I've been saying, that 10-second shot definitely stands out. And then I guess just a whole bunch of shots back to back and back, and just constantly rapid fire there by the Iglesias brothers, and more so by Miguel.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's just impressive. I just gotta say that,
Yeah, I just think so many great plays, especially by the Tuskers in this first half. And it's just hard to pick one how great they're doing. So I'm just not going to pick one. Just all the great plays, multiple goals, those Iglesias goals. I think maybe that third goal of the game, I think that's really what started the momentum for the Tuskers. Or even the fourth Miguel Iglesias one really started the momentum for the Tuskers in this one to pull ahead by this far. So I'm going to say that one, but a lot of great plays by the Tuskers. And player of the first half, that's tough. Again, been a team effort, but I got to say, both Iglesias brothers definitely have really shown up. And give it to either of the brothers, but I got to say, yeah, Miguel has even started in the beginning, even more of an impressive performance. You got to say, yeah, Miguel is player of the game so far in this one. And as we have a moment, we're going to take a look at the captains of this Tuskers team. So for the captains this year, we got Dean Palazzolo, Matt Mayfield. Dean Palazzolo, a great, phenomenal player for the Tuskers on defense. He also plays varsity football as wide receiver, and he is a phenomenal wide receiver. He's a very amazing athlete in football and lacrosse as well. We got Matt Mayfield, who's been amazing this year on the face-offs, and yeah, it's really just him out in the middle of the face-offs has helped the Tuskers tremendously, as he is really good at the face-offs as well, and I think he's done great. We also have Miguel Iglesias, captain, as Miguel Iglesias is going to Notre Dame, a senior. We also have Logan Ruby, who is great on defense and has been great for the Tuskers as well. We got Mason Kelly, great in football as running back. He's also been a phenomenal player this season in lacrosse. He's going to Brown University. We got Ryan Brush back in this game, has been a big part of this game as well. And Tristan Wachell has also been big. But now we're going to take a look at the goalies. And so goalie, we've had Hudson Ruby, really. He basically has taken over with the play time in this season, as he has shown how a great goalie is. But in the beginning, we also saw a lot of Andrew Marzella and a little Ryder Pelkey as well. Also, goalie to look out for next year has had reps on the varsity team already on JV is Ryan Hunter, another goalie to look out for next year. And yeah, so let's continue. Jayden, who do you think is would be a great player in the first half? The player of the first half.
Scoring wise, I gotta say Miguel Iglesias. Great number there for him. Yeah, I think he's just built a lot of this score, a lot of this number on here on the board. What about you?
Yeah, I was already saying it earlier, but I'll say it again. Yeah, I think the Iglesias brothers really have shown up today. But again, also, it's been a great team effort as well. But yeah, Iglesias brothers are a big reason why they have this big lead. They started the momentum with that goal earlier, and yeah, big reason why they have this lead. But let's talk about, Jayden, do you want to talk about the Sports Broadcasting Club and why we get to do this and what we do?
Sure. So, us as a club, we come together. We do live broadcasting for football. In the winter, we do basketball. And here in the spring, we do a mix of lacrosse, both boys and girls, and some baseball. We're looking to maybe do some softball. And then additionally, we have a weekly podcast, episode around 20 to 30 minutes long, typically. Every week we make one, mostly the rest of the club. And yeah, it's just like about predicting sports and, results and just comparing people and all these different things. Man, you want to talk more about those episodes?
Yeah, what we do is we do talk show episodes talking about Somers and professional sports. We also have guests on for interviews, including in our next episode, we're going to have Coach Hirsch, the Somers boys varsity lacrosse coach, on, as we'll be interviewing, finding out a little bit more about his career, why he fell in love with the sport of lacrosse, I learned a lot personally from that interview, and yeah, lacrosse is a sport also like that I've learned a lot from this season. But yeah, getting back on topic, that's what we do have. That's our talk show, and yeah, we also have gotten to do very cool things. For example, we've interviewed players from the New York Giants. You can check that out, season 3, episode 8 of the Somers Sports Broadcast, and we also had chance when the Somers Tuskers went to the Varsity Football State Championship to call that game from Syracuse. Fortunately, we had no feed, but we were able to call it radio style, so you could check that out on YouTube as well as on live stream. But
So now, what does Somers need to do to just maintain this momentum, this lead, keep this win in the bars? Here?
So they just got it. They should go in the second half confident, but not too confident. They don't want to allow Greeley to get momentum and go on a run, and they just got to keep playing, especially on defense, how they've been playing. And if they're able to do that, I'm sure they're going to be able to cruise to a victory. Also, they need to use their clock. It's currently a running clock. They need to use the clock as their friend with this big lead as well. But yeah, Jayden, what do you see happening in the second half?
Oh man, I think really, I think they might have some, like after or later game momentum and just like encouragement here, motivation to make some goals happen. But I think Somers is definitely going to keep their lead, especially where they are now. It's definitely going to be really hard for Greeley to come back from this.
Yeah, I think the Somers Tuskers are going to keep their momentum. I think we're going to see some more points from Greeley as well, but I think we're going to see some more points from both teams. It's going to be pretty even on the scoreboard in the second half. Luckily, Tuskers, I think the Tuskers will still score more, but I think the final score will be 20-6 Tuskers. And we'll be right back after a quick commercial break. Watch the Somers Sports Broadcast, where we break down the world of sports.
Back, he throws. There's 2 defenders on the tight end.
Interview guests.
We're here with Coach Packard, who will be interviewing today.
Predict upcoming sport games.
To win it 26-23, the Chargers win.
Debate sports.
Who is the best NFL team of all time?
The Cowboys have won 5 Super Bowl titles.
The Patriots, one of the best teams.
Discuss our opinions on the latest in the world of sports.
Alex Bowman. I think he could make it far. He's been impressive.
And much more.
A fumble. This could be game.
I'm with
Nicky Duffy.
Dean Palzall.
I would definitely say DP, Dean Palzolo.
Watch the Somers Sports Broadcast, where we break down the world of sports.
Back, he throws. There's 2 defenders on the tight end.
Interview guests.
We're here with Coach Packard, who will be interviewing today.
Predict upcoming sport games.
To win it 26-23, the Chargers.
Welcome back to the Somers vs. Greeley lacrosse game as we come back, and it is a nice Tuesday evening out back here at Somers High School. Nice weather outside, as around 70 degrees as we come back out. And in this first half, it was domination by the Tuskers, currently up by 12. And yeah, they've just been playing phenomenal, lights out boys varsity lacrosse, and going to be exciting in the second half. We'll see if they're going to be able to continue how they've been playing. But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens here. But yeah, Tuskers, they may very well be playing the best lacrosse they've played all season, as they are ready and set to try to continue what they did in the first half in the second. So we're back out. Greeley is going to start off with it. Back out to 21. Back out to 16. Back out to 21. Finds 26. 22. Finds 21. Goes back. Taken back by the Tuskers. So now Tuskers take it back. With it now is Wachel. Wachel throws it out. Watch out actually keeps a fake throw out there, had us all tricked up there as there goes Iglesias rolling around. Iglesias, that's Tristan Iglesias, Miguel Iglesias' brother right behind there as they're rolling around. 11-16 left as we're almost a minute into this third quarter as taking it around. Iglesias back out to Kelly. Kelly now with it, finds Brush. Brush goes back out, finds Violante, back out to Brush, back out to Kelly now. Circling around in front of the goal. We've seen a lot of circling around in front of the goal today. They're like on both side teams' ends. And it's going to be taken back by Greeley. Somers loses it there, and Greeley is able to pick it up. But after all that, Greeley is going to... Tuskers are going to be giving back the ball after that. So Tuskers take it, and it goes in. Miguel Iglesias' 5th goal of the day as that goes in. Extends their lead to 13, and Miguel Iglesias does it again and getting in another one, continuing the momentum for the Tuskers into the second half.
Scoring for the Tuskers, number 7, Miguel Iglesias.
Miguel Iglesias finds the angle and gets it in as they're able to trick up Greeley and get it in at the right moment. And as Tuskers continue this route, a lot of their games this season have been blowouts, but a few close games. One that they won was against the state champions, the state championship team that made the state championship of Farmingdale, where the Tusker squad beat them 9-6 just a few weeks back. But now with it, it's gonna be Tuskers. That's Iglesias finds Miguel Iglesias, back out to Kelly, finds Brush. Now with it, that's Violante, back out to Brush, back out to Kelly. Kelly now with it. Kelly back out to Brush, rolling around, back to Violante. Now with it is 16er Jimenez, back out to Brush, back out to Kelly, rolling around.
Yeah, what a passing game here for Somers.
Back out to Kelly, goes up, and it's gonna be deflected and taken back by Greeley as there goes number 11. Pass there, finds number 2. Number 2 with it. Rolling around, number 16 with it. Fast pace as it goes in. Number 26 who gets it in for the Quakers. And that is Desi who gets it in for the Quakers. And that's going to be their 3rd goal of the night.
Scoring for Horace, number 26, Miss Desi.
Desi gets it in, and
yeah, what an attack. It's just a rush over there. Somers defenders, little in number at that time.
And that is exactly what Greeley needed to do, just be able to stay alive in this one. As now back out, loose ball, Mayfield able to pick it back up, taking it, cradling it now as Mayfield loses it, and after that whistle's called, they're going to have to give it back to Greeley. So Greeley is going to take it over. Number 1 starts off with it. That's Klein. Movement for Klein. Back out to the goalie of number 3. The big deep throw there as it goes. Rolling back to 16. 16 cradling it around. Passing at 16, guarded heavily by, that's 2 of Baleski. That's 9 of Logan Ruby. As now with it is 21, goes up, and it's gonna go in. Looked like that was 21, 9%, but Greeley. Somers came into the half with momentum, but Greeley able to get 2 straight goals, and the Tuskers can't stop playing here as Greeley now coming into the second half. Tuskers may be feeling too confident in themselves.
Yeah,
and
so
they don't want to have Greeley go on a 1 as Greeley easily could get back in this one.
yeah, just as I was saying before, Greeley, a lot of momentum coming out of halftime. Somers gets it right away.
Here goes Kelly. Goes back out, finds Pico. And Pico back out to Jimenez. Now Jimenez with it, guarded by Greeley has movement around, back out, finds Violante. Violante back out to Kelly. Back out to Kelly now. As it goes back out to Bush. Bush back. Back out, that is number 16, Mendez. It goes up, and that's exactly what the Tuskers needed. They continue there as it goes in. Who was that guy at the end?
So it was a pass, and the Somers offense was right in the goal, right there, so close. The goalie had practically no chance of blocking that there.
So that goes in, another one for the Tuskers. As now they're gonna make this once again a 12-point lead, and the clock starts on running again as we're back in the middle for the face-off with Mayfield out there. But it's gonna be Greeley who gets it, number 6 Greeley, but Mayfield giving it. Greeley, a good win, and is able to take it, but they're gonna give it back, call it Mayfield's face-off. So now with it is Iglesias, who finds Mendez, who's cradling it. Mendez taking it now. Mendez back out to Violante. Violante takes it back out to Bush. Goes back out to Iglesias. Goes back. Movement, fast movement around. Finds Kelly. Kelly back out to Iglesias, who finds Bush. Bush back out to Violante. Back out to Bush. Back out to Iglesias.
Just back and forth passing game here. I guess trying to mess with Greeley. A wide shot there, takes it out of bounds, and Greeley is going to start from the back of the field.
Too high for Kelly there as Greeley now with it. Number 1 is going to throw it back in. Finds 7, bounces, and loose ball there. Kennedy, will he get it? Picked up by Tristan Iglesias for the Tuskers, but catch by the back by number 1, Tristan Iglesias, with a great pickup there, as it's now going to be movement now for Tuskers. Back out to 7 and Miguel Iglesias. Miguel Iglesias now with it. Back out to Kelly. Now Kelly with it. As it goes around, back to Violante. Violante back out to Kelly.
Yeah, Somers just trying to kind of run out the clock, look for openings additionally.
As they're passing it around, does not go in, deflected, and it goes up and hits to the back.
4 minutes here left.
Quick third quarter as the clock is still running, as Mendez now with it, goes to the back, finds 12 of Bush, back to Iglesias, as it goes back to Violante, finds Mendez. Mendez now with it.
Heavily guarded there by Greeley, holding him back. And a great block there by Greeley. I guess the ball was thrown from farther away. He's able to pick that up real easy.
Yeah, with that far ball picked up easily. And now with it is 15, cradling it. And he goes out of bounds or something. Looks to be Somers' ball as they continue to celebrate.
Yeah, aggressive running there and defense there by Somers. 2-on-1 as he goes down the sidelines.
So now back out there, it's going to be Kelly who starts off with it for the Tuskers. Now movement for Kelly. Finds Violante back out to Kelly. Goes back out to Miguel Iglesias. Goes back out to Kelly. Back out to Violante. Hamlin Violante now with it. Taking it around. Back out to Violante. Goes back out to Kelly. Pulling it around. Goes up. Goes in. Miguel Iglesias is its 6th goal of the day.
Yeah, what a great pass or throw here. Here it is. He goes real low shot, and it goes right past the goalie and goes right in.
Number 7, Iglesias, with an assist from number 11, Mason Kelly.
So Tuskers now make it a 17-4 lead in this one as they continue to dominate now back in the middle for the face-off. As still, we may expect soon to see some backups in, but starters still currently in as Mayfield wins the face-off. goes back, goes up, another one, quick one. That's Miguel Iglesias again, his 7th goal of the day, as that is gonna go in. And Miguel Iglesias, how about that for the Tuskers, as they now take an 18-0 lead, and Tuskers rout continues.
Yeah, that was just insane. Practically like 7-8 seconds there from face-off to goal.
The 7th goal of the day, number 7, Iglesias. With an assist for number 6, Mayfield.
A 14-point lead for Somers. Crazy. Okay, Somers gonna get that face-off again. Number 11, he's running up the right side of the field and passes Violante now in possession. Now they're going behind the goal, something that we haven't been seeing so far this game as much. An attempted shot from way over on the side for Somers, but they're gonna get possession once again after that.
That shot was by Miguel Iglesias.
Maybe Miguel's getting a little cocky here as he's shooting from the side, which makes it exponentially harder to get it in. The attack gets blocked and it goes way high. We have 15, 14, 13 seconds left of this quarter.
And that's going to do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. As the clock runs out, Tuskers up 18-4, and we'll be right back in a moment after a quick commercial break. Watch the Soma Sports broadcast, where we break down the world of sports,
Back, he throws. There's 2 defenders on the tight end.
interview guests,
Here with Coach Packard, who will be interviewing today.
predict upcoming sport games,
To win it 26-23, the Chargers win.
debate sports,
Who is the best NFL team of all time?
The Cowboys have won 5 Super Bowl titles.
The Patriots, one of the best teams.
discuss our opinions on the latest in the world of sports,
Alex Bowman, I think he could make it far. He's been impressive.
and much more.
A fumble. This could be game.
I'm with
Nicky Duffy.
Dean Palzall.
I would definitely say DP, Dean Palzolo, he definitely had a great game.
Just a Hail Mary. Will he get it? Bounces off the Bears defenders. Touchdown.
When I first joined last year, you wanted me long distance, but then you threw it.
And I think by now we've really proved that we are the most dominant team in Section 1.
It's going to be a pick. Picked off by Miguel Iglesias, and he's going back.
Watch our weekly talk show episodes of the Soma Sports broadcast. You could find them on YouTube and Spotify. As the Tuskers are rocking, rolling here up 18-4 as they get ready for the 4th quarter. And as we head into the 1st quarter, one thing I asked Coach Horace is, as a coach, what have he learned from the players? And Jayden, what has Coach Horace learned from his players?
So he's learned a lot. He says it's a great question, and he thinks that everyone learns from each other every day, and he's just learned a lot from being a coach, from being involved on the team, and hold up. Okay, so they're gonna restart the face-off. So he says he thinks what stands out the most is a reminder of how impactful and important communication is between players, coaches, and families. And he says they have a really special group, and he wants the season to be memorable for everyone.
As a loose ball to start the face-off, started off the 4th quarter, and it's going to be Wood. It's almost balls. Mayfield finds Kelly. Kelly now with it. Rolling is Kelly. Back out. Who finds that is Mayfield. So Kelly now with it. Back out to that's Newman now in for the Tuskers. As it's that's Battaglia back out. Now with it. Tuskers, it's Kelly. Kelly with it finds that is Battaglia. Battaglia back. Kelly back to Battaglia now. Tuskers passing there, and they are going to went to catch Greeley off guard at the right moment as that is what they're trying to do here. As it goes up, bounces off, and goes up above the goal. And as there's a shot, Somers is going to be wooed closer, and they're going to be able to retain possession after that.
Yeah, just a quick shot there. Missed, but they're going to get possession once again.
So, a loose ball now for... Loose ball as the Tuskers are able to pick it up. Kelly back with it. Finds Battaglia back out to Kelly. Rolling it around. Now, Violante, who finds Kelly, back out to Violante. Movement around now. Now Kelly with it. That's Newman with it. Goes back up to Iglesias, and the ball's going to be deflected as Battaglia tries to get an underhand shot in. Winds up pulling out, and with that, it is going to be the Tuskers who pick it back up. So Iglesias throws it back out, finds Kelly. Kelly getting a lot of ball time in the last couple of minutes as he finds it again. Now with it is a Violante. Goes back up. Great defense there. Ball goes off. Tristan Iglesias attempted to get his 5th goal of the day, but that's not going. So throwing it back out. It's going to be taken back by Violante. Back out to Iglesias. As it's a loose ball. Still loose there. That's going to be picked up by Greeley there. Greeley taking it down. Movement fast for Greeley. 99 back out. Finds one who goes back out to 2. Who goes back out to 99. 99 back out with it for Greeley. Goes back to 15. Movement now for 15. Cradling it around. 15 goes back to 26. Back out to 15. Big pass out to 5. Back out to 2. 2 with it now. Goes back. Finds 26. Goes up. Goes in. With the goal for Greeley as they're going to get on the board. That was number 26 of Luke Desi. Luke Desi gets it in, and as they get the goal, let's take a look at the past section championships the Tuskers have won. So they won in the year 2000, the year 2001, 2002, and 2003. So winning the section 4 years in a row, then they won again in 2006, and then 2009. Tuskers haven't won it since, but this year I feel like could very well be the year for the Tuskers as this team has been playing phenomenal, and it would be a privilege to see this team go on another one, or maybe possibly get into the state championship. Who knows? We may be able to have another cool experience, but nothing until it is official. Nothing's official till it's official. As handling it now is Iglesias. Back out to Kelly. Kelly with it. Goes it back out to Violante. Goes back out to Brush. Brush now back out to Kelly. Kelly, movement around. Back out to Russell. Back out to Kelly. Going back. Goes back out to Brush. Passing it around. Now with it. Tuskers, that is Violante, who goes back out to Kelly. Kelly with it again. Bringing it around. Back out. Finds Russell. Now goes back out to Iglesias as it goes off to the right. And with 6:49 left in this, you'd like to think Tuskers may start to put their backups in. But at the same time, this is a great Greeley squad. And you don't want to risk any type of momentum if you take them out and they start to go on a run. And then the run catches up to the Tuskers. You don't want to risk anything here. So that is very well why they're probably keeping all their starters in. As pass to Iglesias. Iglesias loses it, but picks it back up. A loss there, able to pick it up. What a play by Iglesias. Goes in. Camlin Violante gets it in. It's going to be Another goal for him today as that goes in. It's the sophomore Cameron Violante. And Tuskers keep on walking and rolling now 19 tonight versus this Greeley team. And let's just talk about, the Tuskers undefeated against New York teams and teams in the section so far, but there were 2 rough losses they had, and one of them was against New Canaan. New Canaan, one of the top teams that were top in power ranking in preseason in the nation. It was expected to be a blowout. It wound up being only a 10-5 win for New Canaan. This Tuskers team really played them tough, and even though it wasn't the nicest day out, bad weather, they played them very tough with grit, and at the end of the day, just a phenomenal performance by the Tuskers. And after that game, I knew this team was going places this season after that performance. As it goes up, goes off to the right, and as it was a shot, it's going to be 22 of Greeley, who is going to be closer.
5 minutes left on the clock for the game. Again, it's going to continue running.
As now with it is loose ball there, picked back up by 26, and tune in as next game, boys lacrosse game, we plan to be calling definitely on local live, possibly YouTube as well, is this coming Monday as Tuskers take on Byram Hills. And Byram Hills, that game is probably most likely going to be a Tuskers victory, but you never know, as last I checked, Byram Hills is winless on the season, but you still never know. Any game could surprise you. So players swapping in and out as Marcus, 25-15, they all come out, and mostly starters head back in. Out. We have a good amount of backups who are now in, however, for the Tuskers, as we'll see if they're able to get 20. A shot there by number 15 goes up too high. It does not go in, and Greeley, as they were closer after the shot, they're going to be able to retain possession. So Greeley throws it back out, takes it back, finds 2, goes back to 22. Trying to trick up Somers here. Will the backups be able to show up? Prevent Greeley from getting, as we have 3:57 left in this one. Goes back out to number 2. Goes back up. Loose ball there. Still loose. Still loose. And let's see if they're able to pick it up. Picked back up by the Tuskers. Picked back up, taken by Logan Ruby. Logan Ruby taking it, cradling it down the field. He brings it down. Back out now. With it now is going to be, that is 18 and Newman. Newman takes it. Cradling it around. Goes Newman now. Still with it, finds Battaglia. As Tuskers taking their time here. Using the clock as their friend as they're trying to run it out. As Tuskers looking to get their 7th win of the year to go 7-2 on the year. As it goes up! Goes in! Matt, was that? Yeah, I think that was trying to get a number for you there. That was number 10 who got it.
Yep, that is number 10 for you.
And number 10, that is Justin. Now that I'm looking on the wrong roster. That's George Sullivan who gets it in. How about George Sullivan? And the Tuskers now put up 20 on the night, 20-5, and Greeley just scores one more goal, and that's the game. I am gonna nail the score prediction. It was Jayden Newman who got it in. My apologies. As we head back now in the middle for the face-off. As so it's taken back. Loose ball now, taken back by Greeley. Goes finds number 1. Back out to 22. Deflected there. The ball's loose. Taken back. Greeley able to pick it up. Yet the rebound as 8 with it now. Back out to 22. 22 cradling it. Movement around. There goes 22. Goes back out to 17. 17 now with it. As they bring it around.
Here we go, Greeley. I guess they're just trying to Okay, well now they're going aggressive. Far attack, but he's gonna take a little tumble there. There's a flag for flag on there. Yeah, decent shot attempted to get just get in quick. We only have like a minute 15 second left on the clock there for the game.
So a 15-point lead for the Tuskers. Again, just professive performance today, as it looks like now they're just going to let the clock run out. It's basically a game for the Tuskers as they look to head to 7-2 after this victory. Greeley is going to lose their second game in a row, heading to 8-2. But this one, a much bigger rough of a loss, as last time it was only a 1-point loss to Rye, now losing by 15. Greeley, after this matchup, is going to have to figure some stuff out and figure stuff out for the playoffs like they did last year, as that one goes in for Greeley. Another one for Greeley. That's 20-6. My score prediction may come true, as that is now back to a 14-point game, and they're just going to let the clock run out, and it looks like I may nail it. But yeah, Greeley is going to probably do exactly what I thought they would do, as the 20-6 is now the score. And as the clock runs down, it is going to be the Tuskers who take this one, and they're going to head to their 7th win of the year, but most impressive. And Tuskers celebrate their win as the final score, 20-6, Tuskers. Jayden, any final thoughts for today's game?
No, I mean, it was just such an impressive lead. And then also you were mentioning how they, how Greeley lost just by 1 point against Rye. I think that definitely proves that Somers can definitely, take the win against anyone in the division.
Yeah, just a great performance. A domination performance by Somers. They really, it's got to be the most impressive game so far this season. Maybe the Farmingdale and New Canaan game, very impressive, but this one was dominance against a team that we lost to in the playoffs just last year. And if we can beat this team by this much, you can feel more than confident about this team making a far one. And yeah, there's a reason why multiple players are going to college on this team to play lacrosse. But that's going to do it for tonight. I'm Benny Silk.
I'm Jayden Ferry.
Have a great night, everyone, and tune in as the next game, home game for the Tuskers, will be Somers versus Byram Hills on Monday. See you then.